You good? You good? Weakness leaving the body, baby. All right, guys, it's your boy Ian down here. I'm with our coach Austin.
Let's go.
It's 12 in the morning. We are going to pick up the Cool Cat fencing team. They're a door-to-door fencing company. Now, this company, they're right at like 800 in revenue a month. We're about to take them above $1 million, all off of Zoom virtual training. And tomorrow, we're gonna run them through a crazy boot camp. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna hit $1 million, and it's all gonna start today. Austin, what do you gotta say?
They're like, hey, what time should we fly in? We're like, midnight, we're out sleeping.
We promised him that we'd pick him up from the airport. Well, we didn't know he was gonna fly in at 12 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
But you always over-deliver. That's one thing that the Elliott Group, if you ask us to run 1 mile, we always run 3.
We're getting started at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning.
It's gonna be insane. So we're gonna train tomorrow. Physical health, mental health, on their skill. Check it out, stay tuned. It's 12, it's past my bedtime because I go to sleep at 9 every damn night. Grandpa Ian goes to sleep at 9, but Grandpa Ian's about to go bust their ass. Let's go. Okay guys, this Waymo just tried to run me off the road. You see that shit? Those little self-driving cars? That dude just tried to, those things are freaky, man. I'm just telling you, man, I am not about the automated cars and all this weird shit. But anyways, I wanted to tell you a little bit about customer service, man. In sales training, it's not just about getting new customers, but also it's about retaining your old customers. And it's about the service that you really truly give them. If you really go the extra mile for them, if you're really doing right by them, and if you're doing that, then you have customers for life. We've been able to grow one of the best brands in the country in what we do, and we've been able to retain clients for so long for what we do because we really truly care, because we really truly will wake up at 12 at night and go pick them up from the airport, because we'll just do whatever it takes, man, to make them have a really good experience. And if you do that, your customers will just be with you forever. Always be looking for ways to be memorable, unforgettable, to give people a lasting experience that they'll never forget. And that's what we're doing today. Is if we're going to teach these guys customer service tomorrow, we're going to show up with, we got swag bags for them, we got a couple books that we want them to read, we've got some really cool stuff for them. And so if you really want to be different, if you really want to have the confidence to say you're different, then always be looking to separate yourself from the pack with your actions and not just your words, which is what we're here to do and display to this team. So I'm looking forward to meeting them. We're pulling up on them now. Stay tuned. What's up, boys? Let's go! Man, glad you're here, dude. You guys ready to do it? There he is, dude. Good, man. We got the whole squad. Hey, we were gonna pick them all in. Hey, we'll take a bunch of you. We'll just all like jump in. Big Daddy, you jump in the front here, and then let's just all jump in. And then the Tesla, you guys jump into that one too. All right, we got nobody left behind. We got the whole team.
Everybody up.
All right, good, dudes. Oh, glad you guys are here.
Ready, Austin? It's freaking game time, bro. We slept 3 hours. We're ready to attack. About to rip their heads off, dude. It's gonna be epic.
Yeah, you guys look good in them Elliott shirts, man. Let's do it. Morning, dudes. Morning, dudes.
What inspired you to become a great?
I didn't know what I was gonna do, man. I didn't know, like when I was 17, 18 years old, I didn't really know what I was gonna do, but I always knew I was gonna do something big. And the minute that I found sales, I was naturally like always a salesperson, selling things that I shouldn't, selling all kinds of different stuff. But when I found car sales, it was like my way out. It was like my way to, you know, make my mom proud. It was my way to show her like that I could take care of our family, you know. And then when I got into car sales, I saw a bunch of people who just didn't care, and they didn't really pursue, they didn't attack, they didn't grow, they didn't, I didn't even understand. And honestly, to me, it's not even that hard. Like making friends, you talking with people, helping them out, truly caring. You can challenge me to go harder than anything. That's just like, I will just die doing what, like I will give it everything I got. Customers, they'd be like, oh man, you know, they ghost me on the phone. I go right to their house. People will be like, dude, that's like, you shouldn't do that. And I'm like, dude, I'm going right to their house. No, like my boss would have to peel me back all the time. He'd be like, dude, you know, you got a complaint today because you showed up at their house, like, you know, and I'd be like, dude, do you want me to just sit on the fence like everybody else, or you want me to go find these people? Like, I'm gonna go find them and figure it out. Not go find them in a bad way, but I go knock on their door and I'd be like, hey guys, I couldn't get a hold of you, just want to make sure everything's good. You guys okay? And they'd be like, dude, this is crazy. And I'd be like, we had such a great connection. I didn't know what happened, you guys. I was worried about you.
Want to hire.
Yeah.
They're hungry.
It's just, bro, he's starving, bro. We don't tell him to work out every morning. He does this every morning. Like, this is his thing every morning. Look, I honked. He didn't even look back. He doesn't care, bro. He's doing it for him. He's not doing it for me. He's not doing it for anybody else. He's legitimately, I was honking the horn. He's locked in, bro. He's a total freak. Baby. Just push the ball. Let's go. Evan, how are you? What is it, Ron? What's up, buddy? Evan, how are you, man? What's your name? Oleg. How are you, man? Good. What's up, buddy? How are you? Good. I ain't ready. Listen, do you feel better when you're pursuing the best part of yourself? Do you feel more alive? Yeah. Sales is a lot of passion. It's a lot of intensity. It's a lot of like tapping into something that you know that you got inside of you, right? So we start out with something hard. If you start out with something hard, then it's crazy, life becomes easy. If you do a lot of the easy shit, what happens to life? It's hard. Life becomes hard, right? Yep. Like, it's like, dude, if you don't do anything hard and then you come into your day, you're just like, you get destroyed by customers and then you get destroyed mentally and then you fall apart. So for us, everything starts physically first. So we're gonna get the blood pumping. Here's what I want you guys to do. Listen to what I'm gonna tell you guys. Push yourself. Really like earn a different level, earn a different respect for yourself. Don't quit. The only way that you can fail at this is if you don't quit. If you throw up, if you freaking die out here, that'd be the best death that you can freaking have, okay? Listen, man, if you throw up and you're ready to die, that's probably because this is one of the first times that you're actually gonna work for what we're gonna work for, right? You're really pushing yourself, okay? So really push yourself. Don't look to the left or right of you. I want you to look at yourself later on tonight and be like, damn, dude, like I really gave it my all day long. Like I really gave it my all. You know, as we're doing this, like I can see on some of your faces, you're not really truly wanting to be here. Are you constantly the guy that's like consuming the life, consuming the energy out of the company, or are you the one that's pouring back into everybody? The way that you are right now, can you go out and get the life that you've prayed for and everything by you staying the same? Yes or no? No. No, absolutely not. You have to recreate. You have to be willing to put in the work towards the person you want to become. I've seen people come down here and they look dead. They look on empty. Maybe you're broke. Maybe you got like bad habits, a bad mentality. Maybe you weren't raised by the right people like we were. And it's time to finally get in proximity of some people that could show you what to do. A lot of you guys have been begging for a breakthrough, to get new money, to figure out that next version inside of you. If you're like me and you're so stirred up because you know that there's a psycho inside of you, are we gonna push ourselves physically? Yeah. Look at the world. What is everybody right now? Comfortable. Overweight, tired, entitled, sleepy. What happened during COVID? Everybody gained 15, 20 pounds. People don't care, guys. It's so easy to win. Totally. It's never been easier to win. The world right now does not want to win like the Elliott Group wants to win. You want to know the secret? It's outcarrying your competition. Outcarrying your competition on yourself, on the way that you look. Are people judging you every day? Big guy? Big guy, are people judging you every day right when you walk in? Yeah. Yeah, they are. You could say you don't care. The truth is they're judging you. Right when you walk up, right when you guys got out of the car, you shook hands with Ian and you were probably like, oh shit, what is this? And you're looking at him, you're trying to figure it out. You guys realize people are doing that to you. Whether you're on the phone with your sales skill, whether you're meeting somebody or canvassing or you're getting a referral, who wants to get more? Raise your hand if you want to get more. Don't raise your hand if you don't want to get more. Do you want to get more? Do you want to get more? Okay guys, you're gonna need to bring more intensity. You a little tired? You guys are a little sleepy. You look a little tired.
Drop down, get steady.
All right, hey, get the middle. Hey, let's do this. Let's get a little push-ups to get it going. Hold on. Let me and him get it going. Come on, let's go, baby. Come on. Wake that ass up. Come on. Gonna do it with your team? Come on. Get this blood pumping. It's gonna take something different inside of you to get a different level of your dream. There's one. Listen, hold on. So, listen, I can see that he's a little tired. As you travel and you go along life, you know how many people I've seen that are tired in their life? Everybody. You know how tired I am every day? Not that tired. You know why? Because when I'm leaving my big, beautiful life, I know that I was gonna be tired as laying with my potential down here in a corner like everybody else, like, I wish I could get this. I wish I could get this, and I'd be either tired down here like a baby, or I would get up, I would grow up, I would show up, and I would deliver. And then I'd be over on this side with everything I wanted, less tired, but getting everything I want out of myself. You guys know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Is it gonna be hard either way?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be hard either way, right? Okay. Why not make yourself the most tired that you've ever been and give the most you've ever got? Woo. And then what do you end up with?
The best.
Everything.
The best.
It's crazy. Baby. So hey, we are gonna push your ass. Let's go. Come on. Everybody start at once. Come on.
Guapa baby.
Money made a change, but it never changed me. I can tell you that for free. Diamonds Tel Aviv, go from Tel Aviv, fucking go to sleep.
It's like you're giving yourself a hug. We're gonna walk and touch your shoulders, like really, like you're almost giving yourself a hug. Okay, ready? Come down.
Just so they can sneak, just so they can talk, just so they can hiss. Money on my wrist, take a look at this when I'm both crib. Then I bought next, now I wanna flex, now they wanna drift. I just took a leak, cash over.
Good job. You two are doing good. Good job. Good job. Good job. There you go. 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 Who's the leader in this company? Who's the leaders in this company? Today, everybody, let's push each other. Like if somebody needs help, like I liked how a couple of you guys started clapping for him. Like let's really push each other, okay? So everybody follow me. I'll let you know when we stop. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Nice job, nice job.
Come on.
You got to get those first calls out. 200 calls a day. First.
Let's go.
This is what separated me. This is how I become different. This is where you add those zeros on your check. They say, why do they get all that money? Why do they have that happiness? Because they break themselves. They break themselves before every day, before their job and before their families. They break. Americans are all weak. USA got weak, guys. This is gonna make us totally different. You know, all they're doing is eating fast food and watching TV, watching sports. Not us, not today, not now.
You got this, big dog.
You good? You good? Weakness leaving the body, baby.
I said last night about the in and out. That's the guy I was talking about. He's throwing up the in and out. I'm not Houdini. Come on.
There we go.
Let's go, big dog. Good job, man. Take your time.
Because I'm going to talk with him, but he's 27 years old, right? He's 27 years old, right, guys? He has a wife. He's trying to have a baby. If he continues on the path that he goes on in 5 years, what does he look like? What does he feel like? He has a baby at the level that he's going at, and then he wakes up in 10 years, bro, he's gonna die. No, it's just like he's gonna die. And so in our company, I look at people like that and I'm like, hey, number one, we got a responsibility to hold each other to a higher standard. Yep. You're gonna let your health become the biggest problem in your life while you're chasing money, then you're gonna lose your health, and then you're not gonna be, like, what are we even doing it for? Right. So at 27 years old, he smells like tequila because he probably drank 2, 3, 4 nights ago. I'm just telling you guys. Today, in the Elliott group, it's honesty, man. I'm gonna tell him, bro, that tequila is gonna kill you. That tequila is gonna rob you of your life. And a lot of people, they can't think about the future, they can only think about the today. Until they're in the bed, decrepit, and then they're like, man, like, I wish I would have listened to those Elliott guys. Number one, it's just gonna be better for your mentality. Like, I see a lot of people that have doubt. I don't know what it's like to doubt myself anymore because I doubted myself for the first 5, 6 years of my sales career. And then when I figured this part out, it's like I could just walk in and do me, and it was so much easier when you believe in you, who you are. So that's really what we're out here fighting. Follow me. We're gonna do a little run, one more little jog, and then I got something I want to do inside. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, follow me. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Hey, turn me up a little bit more in the headphones.
We got one more thing. So sip of water. The number one thing that you can do in your life is not stop. Just push through. Just push through. Just endure. Just endure. Just persevere, man. Just beat it. Just tell yourself to shut up, dude. Say, hey, shut up. Literally sell yourself. Like, say, bro, listen, not today. Not today. All right, guys, last round. Last round. Last round. We're going to do 1 lap. But we're gonna go as slow as our slowest person. So we ain't gonna walk. There's no walking on this route. So we're all gonna do it together, but we're gonna stay in rhythm.
Espíritu Santo. Amén. Amén. Amén.
You could have walked the whole time because that's your capability right now is not that high. But the fact that you were running and then you threw up and gave it your all, that's what winning is about, dude. You won today. You won today, big. Hey, and this is how you create the new identity. You know what you tell yourself? You're like, bro, I can't believe I just really did that. Dude, I now got another level inside. And then you use that evidence to create a new identity. So now I want you to just remember that. I did that. You did that. All right, guys, come on in.
Talk like a warrior! Walk and talk like a warrior! War! I'm ready for war!
Andy's coming in to give you the second part of this. So Evan showed you how you set the pace in your day, right? Yeah. Do you guys see a little bit of holes that are missing with inside of your own personal process that you can get better? Yeah. All right, that's it, dude. If you guys left today, would you already have a value to go change your life? Sure. Would you go do something about it? Yeah. All right, let me explain what learning is. Learning is this, and it's super, super simple. If I learn something and I take a new action, then that means I learned something, right? But if I learn something and I don't take a new action, that means I didn't learn anything, right? So I want you to think about like, hey, am I really intelligent? Intelligent means the speed of learning, I can move really fast. If I learn something, I'm moving and I'm going really quick. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if you learn something right now, I want you to like highlight it like this. Like if you know that's one thing that you got to work on, dude, you got to remember the emotion that's tied to that in this room, right? Because that's how you change. Dude, this place is a hero making machine. You know what that means? When people come out of here, they leave different. And usually they go do something about it. They go break records. They come back in 6 months. They're like, Ian, you're not going to believe what my life looks like, dude. You're not going to believe it. I'm like, dude, I do believe it. I do believe it because I knew you had the ability to make a decision. A lot of the times in this room, it's not the person that everybody thinks is going to go kick a lot of butt. It's usually the guy that doesn't believe in himself the most. It's usually the guy with the most problems. You know why? Because that dude's dying to change. And if you'll just release it and walk into it, I'm telling you what could happen. I was 18 when I walked onto a car dealership. I took a bus to work, which was down Colfax in Colorado and Denver. Homeless people on that bus, man, just gangbangers on that bus. I came from that lifestyle, man, and it was bad. And I was getting on a bus with all these people, and I would show up to the dealership, and you know what everybody do? They make fun of me, man. They'd be like, oh, you jumping on the bus, man. You ain't got no money. You got ripped shoes. You got all this stuff, man. And what I knew was sales was my way out. Sales was the way that I could become the one for my family. I want you guys to write down this word, the one. The one. There's one person in every family that changes everything. Everything. Not just something. My grandfather was a teacher. Man, he did so many good things for a lot of people. He created, he changed millions of lives, but he didn't do it for the money. He did it, and I saw this guy that was charismatic. He had this energy. He walked into places, and he left them better than he found them. That's sales, right? When you walk into a room, can you leave it better than you found it? Can people identify, oh, that guy must be a sales guy? I was quiet, I was timid. I was next to my grandfather, but I wasn't learning like what he was doing. I did catch a lot of his behaviors, but man, you know what? I was starting to catch a lot of my dad's behaviors. My dad was an alcoholic. My dad was a piece of shit. My dad quit on our family. My dad had 55 jobs and he always went back to zero, always went back to zero. Dude, he was just an embarrassment. It's just the truth, man. I didn't want to be like him. And when I was getting on that bus, going to that dealership, I looked at a lot of people, and you know what I saw is what I'm going to teach you guys. A lot of these guys just didn't care. They didn't care, man. And when I looked at them, it embarrassed me. I was said, dude, like it's just never been easier to win. 20 years ago, you actually had to fight to win. Now you just got to be different. Now you just got to care. Now you have to have this part in your sales game, the care factor. What's your care factor, dude? Do you really care? Do you really care? Some people are like, you're just selling a fence. I'm like, bro, that guy's going to work all day, getting in his car, going to earn money. I know what that guy's feeling. How hard do you guys work? Hard? Okay, so when somebody gives you their money, do you really feel like, man, dude, this guy just paid me 20, 30 grand for a fence. Like, my God, this guy probably had to work 2, 3, 4, 5 months for that. Do you see that? Do you feel that? Do they feel that, right? When I walked into a car dealership, I looked around and I'm like, wow, these people don't care, man. And I saw my grandfather just pouring into people. I saw my grandfather he didn't even need money. Matter of fact, dude, money won't make your life better. You know what will? Your heart. Like what you really realize in the morning when you wake up and you count to win. I woke up this morning and at 4 o'clock, Cannon was standing outside of my bedroom door and he was like, hey, I want to go train those people. Dude, that's the only thing I need in this world. I just need that win, right? What's your win every day? You got to get a win right when you start in the morning. Did you see what Evan taught you? He's teaching you how to get a win in the morning so you feel on fire. What is sales? Sales is persuasion. So let me go into sales. I'm going to go about that car lot here in just a second. But when I got on that car lot, I saw a lot of people that talked a lot, but they didn't do a lot. And there were these guys saying, hey man, you could sell 50 cars. But I'm like, how many did you sell? And they're like, 6. And I'm like, I don't understand, you know, and I walk out and I'd make a friend and I kind of knew a little bit of this stuff. I kind of mirrored my grandpa and I would sell 10 or 15 cars, but I said, there's more. When you start investing in yourself, I would urge all of you, no matter what you do, and it doesn't need to be with us, invest some money in a gym pass. See how you feel. Invest some money into yourself, into a book, into a system, and see how you feel. My brother and I, we got on a plane and we went to Miami and we invested in a Grant Cardone conference. You know who he is? And I'll tell you what, guys, before I go to sales, I'll tell you this story. When we went down there, everybody made fun of us for going down there. They made fun of us for the first few months. Like, as we were going to change, there's this old life that like I'm constantly running from, and if you slow down, it'll catch you. That old mentality will catch you and you'll lose that edge, and that mindset will catch you. Self-doubt rides with you on the way to work every day. And if you don't beat that, or if you don't get that edge, then you can never really truly see clearly. Man, I haven't doubted myself in a long time. I've earned like I wish some people could feel how I feel and see what I see. I wish I could just rip your eyeballs out and put my eyeballs in and you'd be like, oh my God, it's possible. But when we were down in Miami, me and my brother took an $800 loan out from a credit union. You know, this is 15 years ago. Back then, they just said, hey, what's your credit, like, what's your social security number? And they just gave you $800. $800 was more money than I'd ever seen. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I did? Most money I'd ever seen, I parted ways with it and gave it to those guys for the conference. I bought a one-way ticket down there to Miami. I didn't know you had to buy a two-way ticket. So I gave all my money, flew down there. Me and my brother are sleeping on the side of the road, outside of the conference in the back alley. It's warm out there, so we're cool. We're like, this ain't that bad. People from the conference would walk by and they'd be like, aren't you guys in the conference? We're like, yeah. They're like, why don't you guys get a hotel? We're like, we're broke. And they're like, that's crazy, man. We'll take you guys under our wing. And you know what we said? We don't need no handouts, man. This is part of our story. This is part of who we are. You see, no handouts? We didn't need the handout. You know what we said? We said, dude, we're going to make it. And right now, while we're sitting on the street of Miami, one day this is going to sound cool. The storm that you're in right now, it may not sound that cool. It may sound hard. You may see a demon that you're like, dude, I can't beat that demon. If you're a little kid, you know, Cannon, he said, man, I keep seeing the boogie monster. I said, wake up and run at that damn boogie monster. Jump out the bed and run at that boogie monster. What happens if he runs at the boogie monster? He beats it. What happens if you run at your demon? You beat it. What happens if you don't face it? You don't beat it, and it destroys your life, right? But man, the storm didn't sound that cool when we were in it. You know, we had these bracelets, and I wore it forever, and I just broke mine, but it was always on my watch. I didn't care about this shiny watch. And it said, the devil whispered, you can't withstand the storm. The warrior replied, I am the storm. And we would give that to all of our guys. All of our guys have one on. Why? Because the devil wants you to think that you're in a storm and have a bad perspective. He wants to sell you that you're not worth it. He wants to sell you on that day of not having good energy. So that day you could go meet a customer and it could be the easiest sell ever, but because you're not checked in right here, you don't sell it, your day looks harder, and you just fall flat on your face. And you're like, this sales thing isn't for me. Cool Cats isn't for me. No, you weren't for you. You weren't on your mission, man. When I was down there, Grant said, man, like, it was kind of like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 12 of us. You 8, stand up. You 8, stand up. Stand up. He goes like this. This pissed me off, man. He goes, yeah, you and me and my brother, these two guys, we're first. He goes, yeah, man, I've been talking to you guys. And there's like 14 people in the conference, first 10X. It's like, there's nobody there. You guys see those? There's like thousands of people there now, right? Big vision. What I was telling you guys, big vision, right? This is nothing, dude. We're gonna explode this thing. He goes, you don't have confidence. I can see it in your eyes. You don't have good energy. You look negative. I don't really want to talk to you. Sit down. Sit down. And I was like, yeah, that pisses a winner off, bro. You're like, that's not me. First instinct I had was like, that's not me, man. You don't know me. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know that I'm sleeping on the street. You don't know that I just leveraged all my money to go down there. The ego kicks in, right? And then the winner looks in the mirror and says, man, if that guy sees something that I don't see, could he be right? Could he be right? And I said, he must be right. He knows more than I have. He's a millionaire. He's got to know more than me. I said, man, I'm going to go internal. Some of the things that you're looking for them external, and a lot of them are just internal, right? He goes to my brother, he's like, dude, you don't even look like you know how to smile. Sit down. And I'm like, what? And you know, like, people know me for my energy right now. They know me for my smile. They know me for how crazy I am, right? Because my ability to learn, like I opened this up with, was I heard something and I corrected right away. I said, no energy? Dude, I'm gonna go find out how to do energy. All that shit Evans told you, we've been on that for 15 years. Like, literally, Austin's seen me on vacation. Do I vacation, bro? No, I do that shit. Okay, that's vacation for me, dude. I don't need a vacation. I don't need none of that shit. I do that every morning, and I get up and I'm on fire. And then, you know, people are hanging out doing all their other stuff. I'm in a battle. Like, I am in a battle with becoming my next self. And the battle could be years from now. Like, I might not win. I may never win. But I think it's every day, right? But he goes, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down, you sit down. And he gets to this last guy. He goes, this guy's gonna win. You know why? You see the craziness in his eyes? You see how everybody likes to be around him? You know, you're like, you see how he treats people? And I'm like, I do that same thing, but I really probably didn't. And then he goes, this guy's gonna be a millionaire. And by the way, all of you can have what he has. You know why? Because even if he has charisma and you don't, you were born a baby, right? A baby didn't have charisma. A baby didn't have discipline. A baby didn't have anything. I got a 3-month-old son. You know what I'm telling him every day? I literally yell at, he's 3 months old, and I'm like, gotta have energy, gotta be a leader. Me and my son, I go, dude, you gotta coach this kid. He's like, we start. I was like, when do we start? We start now. He's 2 days old, bro. Get in his face. Tell him what he's gotta be. Tell him who he can be. Tell him to believe. My son, there's videos on Instagram. He's like, Maddox, come on. You gotta believe. Stop crying. You got this, man. You're good. You're strong. You can believe. You can do it. I don't know, man. I just know that there wasn't a lot of people that were speaking life into me. They were trying to speak death into me. And honestly, that was good. You know why? Because I can tap into this thing that you guys are going to see in Relentless, and it's called the dark side. Dude, everybody wants to talk about the light side, tap into the good. I tap into a lot of the dark, dude. I tap into the shit that makes me a little bit crazy as hell, and I can channel how it feels when those guys would call me a loser. I can channel how it feels to have no money. I can work with millions of dollars in the bank right now, a dream life that was really hard to imagine. I can outwork anybody in the room. You know why? Because I can just channel that dark side. I play heavily on that shit. I don't think I've made it, dude. I still feel like a broke kid in Miami sleeping on the street. I go about that conference and I start writing these things down that he's saying about me. Sometimes the things people say about you, they could be the truth, right? But some of us are like, I don't care what other people think about me. Honestly, I do. Now, some people, they're gonna tell me on the internet, they're like, bro, you're balding, you know, like you're stupid looking, like, you know, you're this, you're that. I'm like, dude, listen, dude, I could go buy a Turkish toupee right now, okay? I could go change my whole look if I wanted to, right? You know what I mean? So some people are just dumb, they're haters, and they don't matter. But some people, if if Igor trusts me and I say, Igor, your attitude sucks, man. Like, I just don't like to be around you. I think you're a good guy, but like, dude, you got to do better. Now, if I say that and he trusts me, and him and I trust each other, could he have the ability to change right there or get defensive? Yeah, most people are just gonna get defensive. You know, in this company, what we've earned is the right to be direct with each other because we have good intentions for each other. We're like, hey man, I got good intentions for you. Now that's a learned skill, right? But at that conference, I learned that there were some things and some holes in my game. But you know what I did? I just said, I'm gonna fix them. I said, I'm gonna fix them. And then I did. I went back to the dealership. The average car salesman selling 8 to 10. I was selling about that when I went to the conference. I only needed to hear that, what I told him. I didn't really need to hear anything else. Igor asked me on the way over here to the hotel yesterday, he goes, hey man, how often did you role play? Just ask my brother, and if we say the same thing, then you know I'm not lying. That'd be cool, right? Because you can ask me, and if you ask him and we're not in the same room, then you know it's the truth. He said, hey, how often do you guys role play? I said, me and my brother probably role played we lived in the same apartment complex in Denver. We moved around, but we always lived really close to each other. We always rode to work. Dude, we role played every day for probably 10 years. I don't know who the popular artist is. I don't know any of that stuff, dude. I just listen to personal development and role play with my brother every day on the way to work. Why? I'm gonna get into that. Role playing is good because it keeps your brain sharp. It teaches you how you can take customers in multiple different directions and never look triggered and always look happy. And also you have this confidence that they can feel, and so they graduate to your level, okay? But at that conference, I learned, and what was learning that I told you guys? Your ability to just make a decision and use it and execute, okay? So Sales 101, I came from that, I went back to the car business, and you know, then I started selling 40, 50, 60 cars. You know, I started making at 21 years old, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. I did so well that at the back half of my career, last three years, salespeople have never done this, but I started getting paid like a general manager on the stores. They started giving me a check on just training the team. And because I walk like I own the company, talk like I own the company, people would show up and they'd be like, I want to talk to the owners, the twins, where are they at? I was on social media like I own the company. I named a Facebook page after that. I even hacked into the DMS of the system and I put twins at Tynan's. So I literally put the company's name and my name on the website. Like I had a picture, I had a vision on my phone for 10 years. I had a picture of a Nissan store with my name on the front that I put on like a superimposed little picture. Why? Because I got the vision, man. If you don't have a vision, you'll never get anywhere. Like you'll never get anywhere. So you got to think about what your vision is. But I don't know, man, there's 100,000 people in the car business in that manufacturer. And I never, after about 4 months in, I never ever took third in that company ever. 103 months went number 1 or number 2 only to my brother. We never split deals. We just attacked every day. And he would do 5 cars, I would do 3. He would do 7 cars, I would do 10. Like we just went nuts, man. Could you channel a little bit of this hunger into your game, and do you think it would change things for you? You know what hunger does? It makes you creative. It makes you have fun again. Like if you lose the hunger, I really believe like that's the fastest way to kill yourself. Like it literally will kill your career. It'll kill your relationship. Like if you're not hungry to impress your wife and create like a new environment every day and make it more fun, what does your relationship become? Dull, bro. Dull, right? Like I've constantly, since I'm like this guy that's always at war and going after it, I can forget that my family's here. And if I don't put them with me and like do the things like Cannon being with me today, and channel that hunger into my family too and be very aware that I can miss that, then dude, you end up not fulfilled. But I'm gonna go through Sales 101. So Sales 101, you can put that so you can remember what we're talking about. There's a couple things that are very important. So no matter what your sales process is, do you guys have a sales process? No, kinda, a little bit? Like meet and greet, fact find, qualify, needs assessment, stuff like that? A little bit? Do you guys know what it is?
It's not really written down, but
okay. All right, I'll help you guys. We can knock one out, okay? But so in the car business, we have like meet, greet, fact find, qualify, and then that way, like if I meet you, like, hey, come up here real quick. If I meet you at the front door, I'm like, hey, I'm Ian, nice to meet you. Welcome to our store. Can I help you with part sales or service? He's like, sales. I'm like, great, man. Well, Most salespeople in car business, they just run out on the lot and then they lose communicating with the customer, and then the customer's just distracted out in the lot, and it makes the percentage go down like this, right? What we do is we say, hey man, what I'd like to do is just take you inside, get you some water. There's a lot of cars out there, understand a little bit more of what you're looking for. That way I can better serve you. Would that be cool? And he's like, yeah, but I'm coming in on this Nissan Murano. Perfect, I'll get that pulled up, come on with me. And then we bring them in, we can sit them down and we can go through like a sales process, right? Okay, but the first step to the sales process, you can have a seat. First step to the sales process is this, preparation. Preparation. So if you're the most prepared salesperson, you'll always win. So preparation is also in what Evan told you. If you did nothing else, but you did that in the morning, I guarantee everybody in here would double their sales. I guarantee it. Like if you did what Evan told you for 60 days, you'll double your sales. I guarantee, because you'll just start believing in yourself more, right? So preparation is number one. Number two is attitude. Okay, so if you don't have a good attitude, how are you gonna expect your customers that have their guard up to put their guard down? Like, what's your likability factor? Put likability factor, and then rank yourself, okay? Rank yourself. What are you? Are you a out of 10? Are you a 7? Here's how you know what your likability factor is. Just go ask somebody that you trust. Say, hey, what do you think my likability? Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me what you think people believe of me. Like because you guys understand that you guys all have a brand within the company. People want to talk about branding. I've attracted millions of leads. We have the biggest social media in the country right now as far as personal development on Andy's page. We started that social media. I'm very good with social media. People are throwing around this branding word. Do you know what branding is? It's your reputation with the marketplace. It's your reputation with the people around you. My reputation is that I'm psycho, I'm relentless, I'm the most consistent person ever. Like I just don't make, I fail, I get back up immediately, and I know how to self-correct, right? So I'm just a relentless, hard driving dude. That's who I am, right? But what you need to go figure out is, what is your likability factor? Do people really love being around you? And if they don't, that's maybe something that you got to identify for you. Okay, so when Aaron is working somebody out, if you guys ever get the chance to work out with Aaron, when you're working out legs by yourself and you're doing the leg curl machine, you're doing it at a level, but then when he grabs your leg and makes you do it his way, your leg wants to fall off after 2 sets. Like, you guys think we worked out hard, work out with him for 5 minutes, I guarantee you guys would be toast. You guys want to test it out? Nah. Okay? So here's what I'm saying. Focus on what I'm gonna say. I don't know what your likability factor is because I don't know you that well. So I can't say, here's how you do that set, because you could be at a 2 right now, and then you could focus on some of this other shit when you need to be focusing on right at this likability factor, because you might be at a 2 out of 10 and you need to get yourself to a 7 out of 10. So a lot of this other stuff that I'm gonna say makes sense. Does that make sense? It's like, you might be low in this area and we might need to communicate to get you up to speed in that other area so that you grow, so that a lot of this makes sense, okay? So keep your brain with me. What's your likability factor? So you got preparation, you got attitude. These 2 things are in almost nobody's sales process. They just go right to meet and greet, fact find, qualify, communication. They go right to these things. I want you guys to be the best at this, the preparation. Also, do you know your business better than everybody else? Here's 2 steps. Number 1, know your biz better than anyone. Okay, you got to know it better than anyone. What does that mean? All right, listen, if the lady says Johnny from down the street was just at my house, I'm not going to talk shit on the other company. I'm going to say, hey, man, that's amazing. You know, I know Johnny's product very well. Let me go over mine, and then we'll see what makes sense. Typically, we're a little bit more expensive than them. Do you know why? Well, because there's people that are at a race to the bottom, but good business doesn't work that way. Good business isn't the cheapest business. You understand, if you pay for something cheap and then it breaks and you got to do it 2 or 3 times, people don't like to do that. They like to do it with us because they like to do it the right way the first time. Does that make sense? So Johnny's business is a great business. They sell a lot of fences. They actually sell more fences than we do, but they sell them at a lower price because they typically don't last as long. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Are you looking for something to last long? Are you looking for a long-term investment to make your house really, really nice? Because honestly, you can have a house and if you're selling it, what they're gonna look at first is the yard and the fence, right? Like if you go on Zillow and you see a yard and a fence, you're not even looking at the house first, you're looking at the yard and the fence. Does that make sense? So having a really good fence is gonna increase your property value, but if the fence doesn't look that good and then you paid for it and you had to take your hard-earned money and do it twice, like that would kind of suck, right? So there are other companies there, and this is a close too, by the way. I'm kind of teaching you a close, but I'm not at a race for the bottom. I told everybody, we were at a small Nissan store. Dude, the other Nissan stores could drop thousands of dollars. Here's what they're buying. They're buying the close. Do you know what the close is? The close is you. The close is you. The close is you. Here's what sales is. The sales is you. Are they closed on you? Are you closed on yourself? If you're closed on yourself and you believe in yourself, sales, persuasion, and leadership are how you're gonna get the vast majority of your wealth, okay? So what's sales? The ability to communicate. I'm gonna go over communication here in just a second. Sales is the ability to communicate, okay? It's the ability to persuade. What's persuade mean? If I said what I just said, but I said it like this, yeah, ma'am, I know Johnny's business was here, but Johnny's business, they're not that good because they're a little bit less expensive. We're a little bit more expensive because we do a better job than they do. Do you like that? And I have doubt in my eyes. What do they feel? They feel like you're a liar. They feel like you're bullshitting them, right? But if I say, hey, ma'am, listen, I get it. And listen, what I want to do is just estimate this for you guys. And if it makes sense, it's cool. If not, no big deal. Here's what I've learned in the market. There are cheaper jobs. I know that your house is a very, very expensive investment. It's probably your top investment. Am I right? Okay, if you were ever to sell this house and you go on Zillow, they're gonna look at your fence in your yard. Do you agree that your fence has to be one of your highest priorities because it's what everybody sees, right? So a lot of the times people go with cheaper jobs only to have to redo it twice. It becomes more expensive than our job. So Cool Cat, what separates us from the market is we use all the best materials with all the best people, and it won't be the cheapest job, but it will be the best job. That's a guarantee. Does that make sense? She's like, oh wow, this guy's got confidence. Oh wow, this guy didn't just say, let me beat your price. What's the price they got? Vlad, are you Vlad? Valentine? Valentine, what's the price they got? I'll go $500 lower. Dude, when you lower the price, you lower your credibility. Like, I'm not lowering my price. I'm not lowering my price until till I know that there's a close right there and I might have to go a little bit lower, then I might lower my price. But up front, if you lower your price, you lower your credibility. If you come out of the gate and you're like, she's like, I could get the same fence for 9,000 and you're at 20, you're like, all right, we'll do 10, I'll do 9. Even if they do the job, you know what's gonna happen? They're never gonna be a customer of yours for life. They're not gonna refer you. You know that the people that pay the most money, they refer the most business? Have you guys ever experienced that? Have you guys ever experienced somebody that just grinds you and you let it happen and then next thing you know you sell them but you never hear back from them and you never get any referrals? Have you guys ever experienced that? Guys, typically the people that you communicate with the best and that do pay the most money and get the best service, they're the guys that are typically gonna be with you for a long time, right? So we got to be able to communicate that. So here's the close. You. So sales 101, preparation, attitude. We're going to go through, we're going to identify your sales process. So there's going to be sales process. There's going to be objection handling. Andy's going to handle that with you guys today. Objections. You got to be good at all this stuff. Closing. Communication. And persuasion. We'll just put this in the middle. And persuasion. So we're going to kind of cover a little bit of all this. We've covered a little bit of preparation. We've covered a little bit of attitude. We'll talk about the sales process here in a second. We might even have to build you one out that's a little bit better. Objections, Andy's going to cover. I'm going to cover communication real quick. So I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to cover a couple of things. But you got to believe, man, who's the top producer in the company? Who's the top producer in the company? Huh? But see, that should be all of you. You know, Valentine, you got to believe that you're the top producer. If you're like, oh man, he's the top producer, all due respect, screw Valentine. I'm the top producer, man. Listen, if he's the top producer, you got to say, dude, I'm the top producer. Whether your numbers show it or not, if you don't believe in you, the customers ain't going to believe in you. If you walk around, I'm certain that Valentin, he doesn't even speak English. But when he gets around people, they probably feel his frequency. They probably feel his love for people. Honestly, he's probably not a good salesperson. He'll become a better salesperson today, but you know what he knows how to do? He knows how to treat people, because that's the only way he's winning. Am I right? I don't even know him. Well, because I've seen salesmen like him. He just goes in there, he kind of schmoozes him over, he's got that accent, he's having fun, he's smiling, his eyes look alive, his eyes look alive. Guys, you can see dead eyes everywhere. You know what you can see? You can see people that are progressing, and you can see people that are regressing. When somebody knocks on my door, my wife bought an alarm system. We already have an alarm system the other day, because she knocked on the door and this kid was fired up. He's like just giving her the sauce, dude. You know what I mean? And then she calls me, she goes, I know we don't need this, but this kid does. And I was like, well, who is it? Is it like a charity? She's like, no, it's an alarm. And I'm like, damn it, man. They must have took the training. And then I go over there, because my house is 2 blocks away. I'm like, let me go handle this kid and kick him out of here real quick. And I show up and he's like, oh my God, nice car, man. Dude, look at you. Look at your, dude, you lifted, man. And he's just schmoozing me, right? I'm like, yeah, I kind of lifted today, you know? And then like 2 minutes in with this kid, he's Valentining me, dude. You know, and he's like, hey, dude, amazing, dude. Your wife's so beautiful. Your house, like, I'm mind blown. How did you get this stuff? How did this happen? And he's going through this stuff with me, and I'm there to kick his ass out, because I already have the same product. I don't need the product. But you know what happened? He won me over, man. He won me over because of this, man. Communication. Okay, guys, this is going to be the most important training that you're ever going to learn right here. Okay? Communication training. Everything is communication. The way that you can build your ability to communicate with your employees, communication. Your ability to communicate with your wife, communication. You know, when I was growing in the car business, we were kind of taught this mentality of like, sacrifice your families, screw your families. It's just like, we worked 15 hours a day. You know, every guy went through 3 divorces. And it was just like, who cares? Just like grind, right? And like, they didn't really teach you like, you could communicate with your families, and like, here's how you do it, and here's how you be a leader, and these things are actually more important than money, right? There was no like, they didn't paint a picture. They didn't tell us how to do it, right? But it also has everything to do with sales, right? So communication, what that kid did was, man, he put me in a state of gratitude. He started making me think about all the things. He tore my fence down. He put me in a state of gratitude. Let me explain the state. And Austin's gonna go over this further in his training. But because this kid was so grateful, he was so grateful to just be there on my front door, I felt grateful being around him. If your energy is a grateful, fun energy, like I immediately got that from you, right? I immediately got that from you. I'm like, that kid's like fired up. Like, I like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that. You know, if I'm ever quiet around you, it's probably because I just don't like your energy. It's just the truth. Like, even on my team, I'm like, dude, you'll notice there's like, there's new guys here and they act like the new guy. And I'm like, bro, you can't act like the new guy around me. They're like, but I'm the new guy. I'm like, bro, just don't act like the new guy around me. Because if you're like unsure, you ever seen uncertain people? They make you like less certain. Like they can't answer a question. They're like, you're like, what's your name? They're like, I'm like, that uncertainty is why people don't sell. But so whatever you're doing, have confidence in just you. That's why you're the close. A master closer is not any of this shit. A master closer is all of this shit, but it's that this close here, Valentin is the close. He is the close. That's what he does so well, because he probably just believes in himself. I'm sure he has to probably work pretty hard. But honestly, the better you get at these skills, I'm not telling you to work less, but honestly, it becomes so much easier that you can work less. Like, you start hitting more three-pointers. Steph Curry, you know, he shoots, 5,000 threes in a season, but he shoots like 1 million shots. He shoots like 500 a day or something. My brother knows all this psycho math on Steph Curry, but it's like 500 shots a day. He makes 3,000. He's made 3,000 shots in his career. He makes them look easy, but he shot so many times, right? So if you identify as I go through this something that you can change, just change it, right? Just change it, okay? So communication. Active listening. Okay, active listening. Let me explain active listening. Active listening is when somebody's talking, you're not thinking about what to say. So everybody come up here real quick. All right, we're gonna end this with how we started, with a chant. And I need you guys to give it your all. Last part of the training, okay?
Let's go.
All right, Igor, you get up here with me. Get up here with me. Oh, he's coming up here too, I like that. Get over here, Hayden, get over here, Peyton. All right, so you guys repeat after me. We'll all look each other in the eye. We'll all be freaking ready to go. Say, I am a leader.
I am a leader.
I'm a beast.
I'm a beast.
I'm ready for the next level.
I'm ready for the next level.
This is a $1 billion company.
This is a $1 billion company.
Not $1 million company.
Not $1 million company.
We're ready to set records.
We're ready to set records.
We're ready to kick some ass.
We're ready to kick some ass.
We had that breakthrough.
We had that breakthrough.
We had that breakthrough.
We had that breakthrough.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
Let's go. All right, guys. Good, man. All right, guys. We'll take you guys to the airport. We're super freaking jacked on you guys. We're going to kick some ass, and we're going to freaking tear it up, man. Thank you, guys. Hey, guys. It's the Macklin Twins. Thank you for watching. If you need anything at all, go ahead and reach out to us, 480-780-2203. Just send us a text with what you need, and we got your back. And in the description, you have a free vault of personal development, sales training, and mindset training. You can join us. It's free mentorship. Click the link. Let's go. We'll see you on the other side.